Hi guys. It's been a while. What, 2 weeks since we did AMA? So hey, how are you guys doing? We'll give it a minute to, let people join if they're interested. But otherwise, here we are. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome. Just waiting a minute, just so we don't, start too quickly. Sorry for the delay. I was having some technical difficulties. Otherwise, here we are. So, hope you guys are well. Hope things are going a-okay for all of you. I am doing well. Mostly just working, Work. Gotta pay the bills. But otherwise, doing well. I got some New Year's in for a couple different styles. I'm excited to try them out. Maybe match a little more with my outfits instead of just having random ears on. So I picked these because my shirt's black and white, and, well, the ears are black and white. Though my cat is going crazy because, well, I should say Apollo is going crazy because I have two cats. And he is hearing the bells and he keeps just staring at me like, where does this ringing come from? Because it doesn't normally come from my face, But, he is definitely enthralled and like watching my movements like, what is it? What is this? Why is there little ringing? Yes, just checking, making sure I'm not missing any messages or anything. But yeah, cats sometimes like cosplay too. They like to be helpful. Though I argue their definition of helpful. It has been my experience that they are not necessarily the most helpful, when it comes to helping with costumes. In fact, if anything, it's like when you're making, what do you call it? Put that back now that I've seen what I needed to. But, like when you're making the bed and you take the sheet off, or you are trying to put the sheet on and they jump and get in the way, and it's like, I love this, and it's like, cat, the bed is hard enough trying to make it. Why do you have to make it worse? No, he must help. He must help it at all times. Now he's like climbing and ignoring me. But that is a-okay. Keep saying I have a notification, but I don't see any notifications. Would I dare make my cats cosplay? And hello, Anthony. Yeah, depends on the cat. I put Bella in this Totoro. It was supposed to be for a really small dog, but she was a very big cat. But put her in a Totoro outfit at one point. She wasn't the biggest fan of that. Not really. No. However, she didn't hate it. Though many cats knew I would not dare to put them in one of those outfits. I value my life. Yeah. I love cats. But they are definitely little... I don't even know what I would call them. But they are definitely interesting, to say the least. Little devils themselves, maybe. But you can try. Don't know if it'll go well for you, but you can try. Yeah. Now he's staring at the window. The other day there was a squirrel on the windowsill and he went crazy, just being like, give me the squirrel, give me the squirrel, give me the squirrel, give me the squirrel. I took a video of it because it was so cute. But yeah, I mean, Artemis is a scaredy cat. I'm not sure I would want to do that to her at all because she's, you know, terrified of people half the time anyway. We don't need to make that worse. Otherwise, yeah, that notification won't go away. Apollo, maybe. I feel like I've put him in stuff before, but nothing too serious or anything. It is what it is. Other questions? Otherwise, I will just talk your ears off on nonsense. I have one new one who just responded to me. I've actually run out of people to promote with my cosplay spotlights on Saturday. I have one more that just sent me their information. So maybe I'll do some more streaming then. But otherwise, if you are a cosplayer or photographer and haven't been spotlighted yet, let me know. I have started working on the interview questions. They still need some work. You know, real life work kind of gets in the way. But I am working on those for the interview, like video interviews. But if you want the initial post and you haven't responded yet, please feel free to send me the information, answer the questions. If you need me to resend them, just send me a message. I'll happily send you the questions and put you on my Facebook page. Otherwise, I may try to start either doing some more games or maybe streaming more. I would like to do that. That would be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to get my measurements soon at the end of the month, so I can maybe, you know, start maybe getting a new costume and cosplaying at least once more, twice more. I like cosplay. I miss it. I want to cosplay more. But, yeah. So, there's that. Just making sure there's nothing I need here. Nope. Okay. Alright, guys. But yes. So, interviews are currently caught up. Or, initial posts are caught up. I am working on the interview questions. Otherwise, I am out of people to promote. So if you guys are interested and haven't sent me the responses to the initial questions or would like the initial questions, please hit me up, send me a message. I'm happy to do so. Let's see. I have not quite looked into much with cosplay in Cali, even though I am moving in that direction. It's gonna be sad to leave New York City. But, yeah, it is what it is. So, what else can we talk about that I haven't already talked about? Let's see. Let's go randomly look at the questions. So, suggestions about bringing props to cons when you're traveling across the state. Usually, I would say smaller props are always better. Just because anytime you're traveling, you have to carry them around. You don't want to risk them getting broken and things like that. But otherwise, it's pretty, you know, up to you. If it's a big prop, and the material it's made of, you want to look at whatever con or location you're going to for the shoot and make sure that you have everything that you need and that you're following the rules so it doesn't get taken from you. Usually if they take it from you, they will give it back at the end. You have to go to security as you're leaving to get it back. I've had that happen to friends before. It was kind of silly though because she literally bought the item at the con, but it looked too real, so they made her take it to security and get it back when she was done and leaving the convention. But she would use the prop for outdoor photo shoots that weren't in like a convention hall. That's why I prefer to buy hard styrofoam or wooden items, because most conventions basically say no live steel. And as much as I like the more pricier, authentic weapons, I want something I can actually, take pictures with. So definitely look at the convention's rules on that. If you're traveling in a car, it'll be a lot easier to take your bigger props with you and store them and keep them safe. But if you're like me, do a lot of public transit, you are probably going to want to avoid bigger props or things that are going to break easily, because you don't know when you're going to be jostled or, knocked over. You might drop it. Like, there's just so many things that can go wrong on public transit. It could get stolen. I've never had that happen, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. But like I said, it's definitely something to consider, as you either paid a lot of money or worked really hard on your prop. You don't want to lose it. Random question. What anime, manga first inspired you to become a cosplayer? No particular anime inspired me. It was more my friends were going to conventions. They invited me to conventions, and because of that, they wanted to cosplay. And at first I borrowed costumes once or twice from a friend, but I realized I really enjoyed it. So at that point I was like, well, what was I watching at the time? I happened to be watching Rosario Vampire, and so my first costume, and I still have it to this day, though I'm not quite sure it fits anymore. Adulting and, quarantine and all that, I've gained a little weight, but that's okay. I still look good and happy with that. You should always be proud of who you are. Only matters what you think. But I'm getting sidetracked. So, anyway, because of that, I was like, ooh, I like her cute personality. So I decided to cosplay Mocha from Rosario Cross Vampire. Again, it wasn't like Rosario inspired me. It was more, I tried it out with some friends, realized I liked it, and was like, okay, I want to get a costume. Ooh, I'm watching this. Let me get this costume. That's pretty much how it went. Yeah. Pretty much. And then most of my costumes are based off whatever I'm currently watching at the time. So, Sword Art Online, I ended up with Asuna, Makorine from Fate Stay Night, Princess Anna from Frozen. I just adore that character. Other ones, costumes were usually from things my friends wanted to cosplay. So, for example, Maria Wong from Descendants of Darkness. She's like a minor character that shows up for one episode. She's not really that important, but my friends had taken all the major characters, but we wanted to do a group cosplay, and so I picked Maria Wong. And then everybody else flopped. So it didn't happen. But it's okay. I enjoyed cosplaying it. I got some really fun videos from when I was in college and we were doing the human version of cosplay chess. It was a lot of fun. I miss those days. Definitely miss those days. Otherwise, like, I borrowed costumes, but other ones that I did because of a pair or because a friend wanted to do it was my Makorine Muka costume. My friend had like something she could pull out of her closet that she wanted to make into a Luca costume, and she made the flower crowns for it, so she wanted to do a pair based on the Let's Be Friends song, so why not? We did it. I had something I could pull out of my closet. It was a very simple costume, so we put it together. So again, I wouldn't say the characters inspired me to cosplay, but cosplay inspired me to do the characters. Would be more accurate. So cosplay name origin story, I feel like I've mentioned before, but basically my last name initial starts with a D, and my first name is Jess, obviously. And when we were in Korea, they had to give us a profile on Naver, and to keep it simple for us and the Koreans, I became Jess D. And so it kind of stuck with me, and at that point I had already made business cards to hand out my email to the photographers and stuff like that. And it just seemed like a lot of hassle to change it into something different when I came back to the US, because so many people already knew me as Jess D Cosplay, and all my platforms are already Jess D Cosplay, so I just kept it. Doesn't have to be a fancy name. I'm not a fancy person, you know? I'm simple. I like it simple. And when I'm not in cosplay, it's jeans and a t-shirt. Again, I'm just randomly looking at questions from the interview questions I need to organize that I still haven't done. How's my life changed since starting cosplay? That's a good question. I like that one. We're going to do that one. Anyway, my life, I'm a bit of a wallflower in some cases. I'm very socially awkward. I mean, many of us nerds, geeks, whichever word you want, otaku, like, I own it. It's me. But many of us can be socially awkward, and trust me, I miss so many social cues, it's not funny. It's pretty bad sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, the point is, I tend to stick like glue to the people that I know. I tend to, like, say at a dance or a big crowded party, I tend to, like, I either stick to people I know or like hide in a corner, preferably with a book. By the way, I'm reading the Twisted Tales from Disney. Beautiful, beautiful. I've only read 2 so far, but highly recommend them. Love them. Mwah. But anyway, so one of the ways cosplay has been beneficial for me is I started actually, even when my friends wouldn't want to go with me, started going on my own. And trust me, I hate doing that. So I must like cosplay enough, a lot, to go off on my own and do it by myself, because it is really difficult for me, because I hate going places by myself. I hate, being in unfamiliar places. Like, I get lost easily. So for me to do that was really good, because, it got me out of my comfort zone. It got me, trying new things. I got a burst of self-confidence, and, like, I felt empowered. Like, I recognized, hey, as a teenager, like, a lot of strangers, like, I would get hit on, or, like, they'd, like, catcall me or talk about my looks even though they didn't know me, and I didn't like that, and it made me really self-conscious and uncomfortable. And this was a way that I could own my looks and be like, I feel pretty. The attention I'm getting is not sexual. The attention I'm getting is because somebody likes the character I'm portraying, and not because, they're interested in something else. So I really liked that aspect of cosplay. As you notice, most of my characters aren't the risque type. And even like maybe like my punk angel, like it shows my shoulders, but it's not revealing anything. Maybe a couple skirts that are shorter, just because that's the style of the costume, but not something I'm going out of my way to, sexualize these characters. It's, in fact, I try to avoid it, and I usually tend to dislike photos of other cosplayers who are sexualizing characters that shouldn't be sexualized. Like, these are kids, a lot of these characters. It's kind of creepy. But each person has their own, opinions on that, and, we respect each other. However, for me, whether it's a short skirt or a long skirt, I have safety shorts underneath, because you never know what it's going to hike up with, especially when you're trying to do those awesome cosplay photos and, like, angle yourself the right way, that skirt just hikes up. You wear your safety shorts. Trust me, you'll regret it otherwise. Though, like I said, it made me feel more confident. It made me feel more comfortable with my looks, who I am. Also, I really just liked bringing a smile to people's faces. In Korea, for example, Frozen was huge when I started cosplaying in Korea, and I make amazing Princess Anna. It suits me all really well. And so, like, little kids would just stare at me and, like, try to figure out if I was real. They're like, wait a minute. And so, like, just bringing smiles to people's faces and stuff, that really, I enjoyed it. And so it became something that I wanted to do. I enjoy it because it makes me feel good and makes other people feel good. And except the damage it's done to my wallet, it's been an overall positive experience. I know that there are negative people in the community. I have been lucky enough not to have to associate with them for the most part. But that's true for any community. There's good and bad. But I've definitely also made a lot of new friends and got out of my comfort zone more with cosplay. So it was definitely something that has, had an impact on my life. Quiet today, but that is okay. So we will continue. Do we have any other fun questions? How long have you been cosplaying? Well, that's I guess since college. Yeah. So I think my first year of college, I was invited to my first convention through Anime Club, Toricon. I think it was in Maryland, but I could be wrong. It was at a college campus. And, by the way, I love tigers. They're, like, one of my favorite animals. I'm pretty sure that's why Arcanine's my favorite Pokemon, because even though it's a dog, it looks like a tiger. Either way, Toricon. And my friend gave me some clothes that made me look like more of a schoolgirl. And so that was my freshman year of college. So that would have been around 2008, 2009. So I've been cosplaying for over 10 years now, though that gradually shifted. So the second year, I started J-Con at my college campus, Elizabethtown College. I don't know if it's going to survive the pandemic, unfortunately. But I borrowed a Vash the Stampede costume from my friend Lynn. That was really cool, though I'm really short and could not do my hair. So I kind of had it up like this in a clip. Obviously, the hair wasn't great. I was a beginner cosplayer. I was trying. But it's really funny because I'm really short. And most of my friends were taller than me. And so, me doing this really tall character, yeah, didn't quite fit. But that's okay. It was still fun. And then after that, I got my first costume, which was Mocha Akashia from Rosario Vampire. And went from there. And after there, I went to Japan, where I bought my maid outfit. I forget what the store was called off the top of my head, but I ended up going to a Halloween party there. It was only 6 months. I didn't get to cosplay too much there. But in South Korea, when I moved there with my first job, or not my first job, but my first job after college for my career, so I guess not quite a career, I don't know. It was teaching. I'm a teacher. And so I started cosplaying more there. And that's why I really started getting all my costumes and stuff. But I would say the first time was around 2008, early 2009. So that means I've been cosplaying over 10 years, even though, again, I'm a complete beginner. I'm not skilled in making costumes or props, but I do love taking photos. Well, getting my picture taken would be more accurate. Something I miss, and hopefully I'll get to do it at least one more time with my friends in New York City before I move. But I will definitely be searching out the Cali cosplay groups, for sure. Anyway, time is about up. Again, sorry for starting minute or two late, but it's kind of quiet today anyway, so that's okay. It's nothing, not a problem. If anybody ever has a question that didn't get answered, feel free to pop it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you again for AMA in 2 weeks, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and just take care of yourself, be safe, be healthy, spend time with your loved ones if you can do so safely, and hi! And again, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time in 2 weeks. Bye, guys. Thanks again for coming.